right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the workshop for the Board of the County Commissioners. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Miss Lockard, you are up first with an extension update.
Okay, well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Great to see you all. I sent over some materials that you guys can, read in your spare time if you want, but we have our extension program report, and we started doing this for our advisory committee, and they really appreciate it. But we kind of do quarterly sections of it, so this is just our most up-to-date one, so kind of January through March, different activities, and April through June. I think maybe the last time I talked to you guys, we're applying for some LORE funding, and that we did a whole series of gardening classes that had really great attendance. We had a fabulous library bed garden seminar. That's Connie Clemenson, one of our Master Gardener extraordinaires, who was headlighting that. That's Tierney with our livestock team, and she got them their matching Hawaiian shirts. They did really well. So that is our summary report that we've been sharing out for folks to know about our different programming. Then I just wanted to share some upcoming flyer events. So we have Master Gardener program. Now is the time to apply to be a part of that program. We are a small but mighty Master Gardener crew here. We've already had 3 people who have applied for this next year's programming. All of the programming is online. Pros and cons to that. It's more accessible for folks. In the past, it was during the day, during the week, and working folks had a really hard time attending that, and now it's a little bit more flexible for people. If you don't want to do volunteer hours, you can just pay a little bit more and take all of that online training. But if you're interested in becoming a Master Gardener, now is the time, and you can reach out to me with any questions on that. Then I think can go to the next little tab there. So Tierney is working with Nicole Clark in La Plata County. Tierney's background is in family consumer science, so doing a few classes to be trained up on food preservation. So Tierney can offer those classes. So she is offering a hot water bath canning and then also a pressure canning class. So if anyone's interested in that, you can reach out and sign up for that. What else do we have, Travis? Or is that all I got? Oh, okay. Well, then, of course, we, recently got done with fair. We had, I think, a great fair. Lots of great turnout. We had the most well-attended cat show, I think, this side of the Mississippi. So that's something we can all be proud of. And those kiddos are pretty darn cute, and it was standing room only for that. So I had to make sure I attended the cat show this year. I got some stats from Tierney for the livestock sale. It was a total of $353,000. There was 111 kiddos who sold through that. We had 33 beef, 28 swine, 18 sheep, 21 goats, 3 rabbits, and 8 fowl. So it's kind of our rundown.
How does that compare to last year?
It was about $20,000 more than last year.
Oh, wow.
So we were pleasantly surprised by that. I don't know if beef prices is one idea of why it was a little bit higher this year, but yeah, so I think kudos to everyone for coming out and supporting those kids. So then Tierney just got back from State Fair, and so she took 48 projects to State Fair, and then she helps with judging projects over there in the Family Consumer Science building. And she was like, Montezuma County kids really did great at State Fair. She said there were 9 grand or reserve grand projects from kids in the FCS building, which I was like, why do you think that is? And she's like, because we have really great leaders. So those leaders are just helping those kids do really great projects like cake decorating, quilting, scrapbooking, the food projects. The kids are just doing a great job. So it's pretty cool. So I think that was my fair report. And then, oh yeah, we have another upcoming program this Wednesday about vegetable gardening, working with, this isn't one of those, with our friend Jim Spratlin. What do you call him? Mr. Disaster?
Panic one.
Mr. Disaster.
Mr. Disaster,
Yeah.
on our community animal response team. So we have, I know with a lot of fires going on in the back of everybody's mind, so we have a training this Thursday, and we have a good core group of folks. We're going out to the Cortez Livestock Sale Barn just to kind of walk through that, talk just general livestock behavior, how to move animals. We went out last month to the animal shelter just to get acquainted with, what are the facilities like at the animal shelter? If we had to evacuate small animals, what facilities do we have? So I think we're just starting small, but just doing simple training so people are equipped in case of an emergency. Then in our office, we've had a few changes. So we have a new admin assistant, Nora West. She started, I guess, almost 2 weeks ago, and she's really familiar with the 4-H program, so that's been extremely helpful. And then we're also hiring a new program assistant, and that position closes this Thursday. And we've had some good applicants there, so hopefully we'll be fully staffed here pretty soon. So I think that's kind of all I have. We're chugging along, been having a good, fun-packed summer here. And maybe Tyranny deserves a little time off after fair, so we're going to work that in too. But yeah, do you guys have any questions?
No, I had a good time.
I don't-
Yeah, well, thanks for
I don't
coming
have
out.
You bet.
Any questions at all?
Okay, well, thank you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
See
guys.
ya.
We'll see
Appreciate
ya.
it. All right. All right, next up is Madison or Maddie. I guess whatever you choose to go by.
Got-
Just
Turn that on.
turn it on,
There you
pull it
close.
really close.
All right, is that better?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay,
Pull it close.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, good afternoon, and thank you guys for having me here today. My name is Madison Robinson. I'm the CYDC coordinator and case manager at the probation department for the 22nd Judicial District. I'm here before you guys today for our Juvenile Services Planning Committee. Our Juvenile Services Planning Committee is kind of the oversight committee for the CYDC program. CYDC stands for the Colorado Youth Detention Continuum. I work with youth that are involved in the juvenile justice system when they have a district court delinquency case, when they're either in detention and or when they are released and on community supervision. The Juvenile Services Planning Committee, per statute, kind of oversees that the program in both like budget and for our annual juvenile services plan, which I present to the state every year, kind of updating about the services that we are providing for our youth that are in the juvenile justice system. The membership list that I have proposed to you, it does need to be approved by our Board of Commissioners. I was before Dolores County this morning, and they did approve their side just this morning. And so, but it's just, and so if approved, this membership list, I'll send it to Chief Judge Plew, who will issue it in an administrative order, and these people will be on the committee for 2 years. And I'm happy to answer any questions for the Juvenile Services Plan and or the CYDC program.
I really don't have any questions. I mean, obviously, I looked through the list. Which would affect us more than anything is our Kelly Hargraves, our Department of Social Services, and our sheriff, and or designee. So the rest of them, I didn't really have any issues or questions about at all. And I think these are pretty standard. This is kind of what we've done in the past.
Mhm.
So I don't have any questions at all. Commissioners?
I don't, just looking down the list, I don't recognize Porch Light Health.
Porchlight Health is the recovery center. They
Okay.
recently switched over, have a new name, and so Crystal Robson is their new director.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything. I mean,
Okay.
looks good to me.
Well, we can't make that decision today, but we'll make it tomorrow. But at this point in time, I see absolutely no issues with this at all.
Okay, thank you. Then I'll be back tomorrow morning to see your guys' answer, if that works.
I don't even know if you have to be back tomorrow, because this is probably, I think I saw it on the consent agenda.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty quick and easy, or you can just watch us from a,
I can
Monitor.
send you an email
Okay.
after we're done.
Okay, that would
Yep.
be wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Tarnowski.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay.
thank you.
Great,
Thank
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day, Madison.
You too.
All right, next up, Justin, you have two to present to us, which are pretty much just for approval for a contract signature, and other than that, I don't see much on this either.
Yep, should be pretty quick and easy. We have incident command posts being utilized at the fairgrounds at the moment. This one here in front of you is the Waters Canyon. This one, they came in on April or August 5th. And then they actually just left on Saturday. So they have removed themselves from the fairgrounds now. It was a total of 12 days, and we basically just need a signature on this for their use of the facility, which is basically just our rate fees for what they used. That was between Mountain Ute Agency and BIA. And then the second one is with the USDA Forest Service. They came in on August 13th to utilize the fairgrounds. They brought in what's called a Rocky Mountain Complex Incident Management Team 1 to work on the Stoner Mesa fire. They anticipate a 14-day stay, but that's just going to kind of be dependent on their outlooks here in the next couple weeks, and whether or not they're going to have to do anything further from what they're expecting. So same thing, we just kind of got the rate fee schedule that they would be reimbursing us at per day, and then any additionals that they add on to it. So we just need signatures basically for both these land use agreements on the second page. And I did send you a new one earlier for that, okay, because it did have a typo on it, so for the date. But that's all I got, unless you guys got questions.
Pretty straightforward, just good use of a facility that's so
Yeah.
big, specifically after this time of year that we don't have, the fair's over with, because now it's
Yep.
kind of our
And nothing
It's a
but,
slower time.
I've had nothing but good comments from all the fire teams going out there, utilizing the space. They say it's great, it's a great use for them to be able to come
Spread
in and
out.
have that kind of spot to set up their incident command post. So we did have to cancel a couple things out there at the fairgrounds. We did have to cancel, barrel racing this weekend, and then like that little canning class that they were going to have out there, but nothing too big. So
Can they hold that canning class over at Annex?
I think they were just going to try to combine it with another one that we were going to have on
Okay.
a later date. So that was kind of the talk. But other than that, the next thing we do have coming up is high school rodeo, but that's second weekend of September. So hopefully everything is kind of calmed down by then.
Well, the conditions looked better today, and also on their report,
Yep.
the weather they did help a little bit, but that can change
They're-
at a blink of an eye.
Well, they're talking about, it's 0% containment right now, but they could put a containment number up as early tonight, maybe, and possibly tomorrow sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know what that number would be, but at least they're talking containment.
Yeah. And then they may scale back to a smaller team at a later
Right.
date too.
Yeah.
So,
Type
you know,
2, type
yeah,
3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's just kind of a 14-day expected, I guess, for what they're doing.
And they start on the 13th.
They did
So
start on the 13th.
basically the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Okay. All right, thanks, Justin.
okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
And lastly, Travis, this is yours for a discussion for CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigation for the Law Enforcement Shooting Range, which
Yeah, gentlemen, this is
Take it away.
pretty straightforward. We did something with the community college that's very similar to this. In fact, it's almost verbatim is what we're doing with them, other than we're not requiring them to sign a waiver because they're law enforcement. They just need to be able to use our shooting range. Been in contact with the undersheriff. They're gonna work together with CBI to make it happen, but
Yeah.
And
Just-
legally, this contract still covers Stephen? For-
Yeah, that's kind of an open-ended question, but in general, there's not too much that can be done to kind of shift the liability around between Montezuma County and the state of Colorado. So I think the language in here, is about as much as can really be done on that front. I think in general, the sort of the part of the idea of formalizing these agreements is to kind of just make sure that the shooting range is being used in a way that's going to be safe, and try to limit liability on that front. Yeah.
And it's basically by law enforcement,
yes.
which CBI is law enforcement. Okay. Questions?
Nope.
Okay, well,
That was
I
quick.
guess that was super quick. That is all we have on our agenda for today, gentlemen. We are adjourned. Thank you all.